Hey, what's up guys, Ryan here, back for another video. Today I've got another set review for you guys. This time we're taking a look at the LEGO Ninjago Monastery of Spinjitzu set. This set came out in 2019 and retailed for £79.99 and has 1,070 pieces in it. So now that's all the boring information out of the way, let's take a look at the set. Okay, first of all let's take a look at the figures. First of all, we've got Master Wu, an absolutely awesome looking figure here to start with. He's got the usual face, beard and hairpiece, his usual staff, and a really cool torso and legs. And this is what he looks like without a beard, just so you guys can get a better look at the torso. As you can see, there's some awesome printing between the torso and the legs that works seamlessly together, and a nice golden dragon on his back. Really awesome figure to start with. Next up, we've got Kai. Again, another awesome looking figure. This is a pretty common theme in this set, but all the torsos and legs look amazing. Again, the printing on the torso and legs working seamlessly together to create the look that he's wearing one gown, with a nice sash going around his waist and then some of it drooping down onto his leg, as you can see there. This golden dragon on his torso and legs curls around onto his back. He's got this really awesome long golden sword. This is what his face looks like without the mask, and the other side of his face as well. All of the ninjas in this set have the same mask in different colours. I think it looks absolutely awesome, and that's what it looks like from behind as well. This sash trailing down here has a nice benefit of keeping it pretty steady on the figure, so it doesn't turn around too much. That point is the same for all of the hoods of all the ninjas in this set as well. So yeah, great figure. Next up, we've got Naya. Again, just look at that torso and leg printing. So good. Again, you can see the dragon's head curling up over her shoulder here, curling back down on her back to her waist, and then back up from her waist on the front. I absolutely love the way that all of these figures have got the golden dragon wrapping around their figure. It looks awesome. Her headpiece is really cool as well because the blue and red contrast really well. Definitely looks a bit more dynamic than the rest of the headpieces. That's what her face looks like without the mask, and that's what it looks like on the back. Next, we've got Zane. Again, awesome torso, awesome legs. You can see the dragon going down to his waist and then coming up from his waist with his tail on his back. A couple of gold shurikens in his hands as well. This is what his head looks like without the mask. And on the other side, he looks very happy. Next, we've got Lloyd. Again, looks awesome. The dragon going down to the left side of his waist and then coming up again on his right side. Doesn't quite work as well as the rest of them because there's no back printing on the legs, but still looks awesome. He comes with a nice golden sword. That's what his face looks like without the mask, and that's what he looks like from behind. Next, we've got Cole. Again, figure looks awesome. Dragon curling around to his left, going around his emblem and back out to the right, and then the tail finishing on the right hand side. He's got an awesome scythe build here as well. Looks really good. That's what his face looks like without the mask, and on the back. Next, we've got Jay. He's got these awesome gold nunchucks. I'll just remove them so we can see the figure. Again, awesome. The dragon curling around to his right, coming straight over his emblem on the back, and the tail coming out from his left. That's his face without the mask, and that's what it looks like from behind. And finally for the figures, we've got Wyplash.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
A really cool skeleton figure. He's holding a nice little dagger there. Some really cool torso printing on him. You can see that the torso is textured on his spine and ribs as well. Looks really cool. Okay, so that's all the figures. Let's take a look at the build. Okay, let's take a look at this awesome set. First of all, let's look at these funny little things. Basically what these are for is to bring your minifigure battles to life. If we put Nia on this one, you can see that this spins. So when you put this on the ground and move it, you can see that she spins. The set includes 2 of these, so you can have little spinning battles. Not really my cup of tea, but a nice little feature if you want it. Now let's look at the monastery itself. When you first look at it, you might think there's one connected building, but actually it's just 2 halves. You can see here that these just slide into place. So let's examine it half by half. Let's start off with the front. You've got a really impressive opening with some nice detailing on the door. These doors don't open outwards, they only open inwards. Honestly, the outside is pretty plain apart from the impressive door and this nice pink blossom tree. If we spin it around, it gets a bit more interesting. So this is inside the monastery. You can see that you've got some nice designs on the walls, which are unfortunately stickers, but it still looks pretty good. You've also got a nice attack dummy here for the ninjas to fight against. You can see that it's got 2 silver katanas in its hands and 2 curved blades underneath them. This also spins, so your ninjas can practice against it. And over here, you've got another kind of practice equipment, but I can't really figure out how it works. You've got a little exclamation mark here attached to a blade that you can move together. And you've got some fruit here loosely attached to it that can easily be knocked off, like that. So if you have some ninjas that particularly hate fruit, it's perfect for them. And that's all there is to it in this first half. Let's move on to the second half. Of course, this is definitely the more detailed and cooler looking half of the 2. Let's have a look at the detail inside. If we look here, you can see there's some kind of plant back there in front of a window, and you've got a precariously placed blade pointing outwards here. However, if you twist this blade around, you see this gold sword magically appear from the other side of the window. Now, this is the same gold sword that I showed you in the minifigures. Unfortunately, the set does not include 2 of them. Just wanted to point that out. This is, of course, a really cool play feature, I think. Very nifty. If we move over to the other side, you can see here that this side has a space for the golden nunchucks and golden scythe that were included in the figures. Again, unfortunately, these aren't duplicates. This side has also got a pretty nifty play feature similar to the other side, like this.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
That didn't work.
6.5 hours later.
Like this. It basically fires out a golden chicken. This is what it looks like from behind. It's a pretty snazzy mechanism. You put the chicken in here, and when you push down the other side, this opens up and the chicken comes through. It's a bit inconsistent, but it's still a pretty nifty feature. And in the middle here, we've got a nice little area for a couple of characters to sit and drink some tea. And also this middle section has a hidden play feature as well. You can see here at the back, there's this knob that you can push and turn. When you push it, the stairs pop out, and when you turn it, the knife pops up. I think this is the cleanest trick in this set. I think it's really nifty and pretty non-intrusive as well. The other 2 sides are kind of dominated by the trick that they use, whereas in the middle section, it's kind of just a bonus. Of course, you can see the architecture in here is really nice. Very in keeping with the Ninjago theme. It looks really good. This is what the detailing on the roof looks like, and this is what the tower looks like closer up. You can see a gold shuriken here through this window. This is the final secret of the set. It has 2 more gold shurikens hidden up here. So if the other 3 tricks failed to get rid of any imposters, you've still got a couple of gold shurikens for backup. Unfortunately, there's nothing on the final level, but that's alright. So yeah, that's the second half. Once you do put them together, there's not really that much space inside for the figures, but probably just enough space for 7, I suppose. So yeah, that right there is the Ninjago Monastery of Spinjitzu. Overall, I'm going to give this set an 8.5 out of 10. I'm giving it this rating because whilst the figures are amazing and the build looks pretty cool, there's actually not that much going on within the build. The area where characters can sit down and drink some tea is the best area in the set, I think. It creates the nice Ninjago vibe, whereas the rest of the set doesn't really have that. It's a lot of weapons training based areas, but it doesn't really have the same light-hearted nature that a lot of other Ninjago sets have, I don't think. There's almost no standing space for figures, and when you put the 2 halves of the set together, there's very little space in between. Probably just enough space for the 7, but certainly not comfortable. That's all the negatives. Regarding the positives about this set looks stunning. It includes a great variety of weapons. There are some nice play features within the set if you like that, and the figures. I think the figures from this set are absolutely stellar. These are probably my favourite versions of all the ninjas. I think the figures just work so well. The torso printing and leg printing working seamlessly together, and I really like the headpieces. It's also pretty nice to just have a base for all the ninjas. Without this set or a similar one, the ninjas could just be running around aimlessly. I suppose you need somewhere to act as a home for them. As for value for money, this set is pretty good as well. £80 for all this isn't bad at all. What do you guys think about this set? If you have it, what do you think of it? And if you haven't picked it up, why not? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.